Sorry. Any emotions facing your former team for the first time?
Uh, not necessarily. It's been a couple years now. I think it probably would have been more emotional had it been sooner.
Amari, it's the first time we've also got to talk to you since there were some reports that your name was put out in trade rumors regarding IU. I was curious what kind of emotions you had. Did you talk to the organization about that? And just how are you feeling about that?
No, I didn't. At the end of the day, it's neither here nor there. I'm just focused on playing my best football week one.
But you sent out I think on Instagram, say I wouldn't mind at all, uh, which makes it sound like you're not super happy to be here.
Hey, I mean, yeah, the media is all about sensationalism, so I'll let y'all have fun with whatever y'all thought that might have meant.
Has there been any further negotiation about the contract beyond this year with the Browns?
No, I haven't really been in contact, with my agent about any negotiations. So, no, I understand that, at the end of the day, you just got to play good football. That's all that matters.
Do you feel any excitement about this opener, especially with all the high hopes you guys have this season?
Yeah, I mean, as a football player, as a guy who's been playing football, my whole life, it's always very, very exciting that first game of the season because, at this point you hadn't played real football in, almost half a year. So, yeah, very excited.
Did this feel like a trying off season for you all? We had the contract issued, mini camp, and then it gets resolved right before training camp, and then those trade rumors. Like, is it tough emotionally?
No, I'm not a very emotional person, so no.
Amari, you maybe more so than most players in the NFL learned over the years that it really truly is a business and that you just have to kind of take it as it comes. You've been traded 2 times. You've had to learn to roll with the punches. So have you had to learn that over the years that you just can't take things personally?
I don't think I ever really had to learn that because I don't think it's something to be taken personal. At the end of the day, you might be traded away from one team. It's all about how you perceive things. Life is about perception. Because in regards to trades, yeah, you're traded away from one team, but you're being accepted to another team. So I just kind of just look at it as that's how the business is arranged. There was a time when, there was no free agency. Although I've never been a free agent, but I'm just saying that to make a point. Where players weren't getting traded as much. So it's just a part of the business now.
And it probably feels good to feel honored, right? I mean, at several points in your career, somebody else has gone out to and paid big money and done all those things. So that's a good
Honestly, like it's not about feeling wanted. It's just from my perspective because I do understand like if think about it like this: like you can be wanted, but if you don't play well, you're not gonna any longer be wanted. So at the end of the day, you just got to keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is being available for the team, playing up to the standard.
We haven't seen this new look offense in action live yet. Do you know what it's going to look like, or what are your feelings and expectations?
Now, I don't have a crystal ball in front of me, but the expectation obviously to go out there and execute the plays that's being called, for us to play our brand of football, for us to be extremely locked in, put our best foot forward.
What do you think of this matchup with Dallas? This offense going against that defense, obviously. Michael Parsons is the centerpiece, but what do you think of that secondary too?
They've had a really good defense for a couple of years now. So it's going to be definitely be a challenge. We look forward to the challenge. We feel like we have all pieces in place to have a dynamic offense. Like I said before, it's nothing special going up against any particular team because every team has pieces and centerpieces and dynamic players. So you just got to go out there and, like I said before, you got to go out there and put your best foot forward and try to get the win.
about CD Lamb's blockbuster extension. the way that these receiver contracts continue to go. What did you make of that?
I'm proud of him. You know, I played with CD for a couple years. Really humble kid, really humble kid. Eager to learn, just wants to be the best. Has gotten better every single year. Very, very dynamic player. So he is definitely deserved. So yeah, I'm proud of him. And you know, just as far as the actual deal, it's just how the market is. You know what I mean? Like if it's your time to get paid, the market's going to keep going up. So I'm proud of him.
Amari Diggs, the last year, you two played together, he was 11 reception. Just what challenge does he pose as a quarterback?
Yeah, man. I did play with Diggs for 2 years. Went to the same school. They have a good relationship. He's a great player. I mean, very, very dynamic player. Has great ball skills. Has great IQ for the position. Um, Excited for the challenge. This is why I play the game. This is what I love most about the game: to go up against the best, um, and to challenge yourself. This is why I fell in love with the game of football. So it's going to be a great match.
The outputs should be considered a work in progress, or should we be expected to execute and play number one?
Yeah, I mean, the expectation is always be the best that you can be. So, of course, we're looking to go out there and do our thing and ball. You know, we try to score points every drive. That's just the standard.
I think it's keep
Put
it.
into words how good you think this football team can possibly be this year. Again, I know you don't have a crystal ball. Does it like there's something special going on there?
Yeah, of course. Listen, at the end of the day, you know, every team feels the same way before the season kicks off. You know, every team feels like they're going to be the one standing at the end of the season. It's up to us to be that team, and all that matters is how we play when we play. You know, any given Sunday, as they say.
Stand out the field. How did you see Deshaun handle that return and recovery from shoulder?
He's been handling well. I haven't even noticed anything different in the way he's been throwing the ball. It's almost like he hadn't heard it at all. So it's not something that I've been thinking about.
Or the fact you guys were the 425 Nashville game in week one, which is something, the Browns haven't been featured in week one like this in a very, very long time. Is there that add a little extra excitement to this opener, the fact that, much of the country's eyes are going to be on you guys and wanting maybe to show them just, what kind of Browns team you have?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, when you grow up as a kid watching football, these are the games that you tend to watch. You know, the games that are prime time, the games that everybody's watching. So, of course, you know, these are the games that get the most attention. So I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
What makes Dak such a good quarterback? I mean, you having been on the receiving end of his throws, what separates him? What makes him?
One of the things you'll notice about being around Dak is he's a great leader, natural leader. That's one of his best traits. It's one of the traits that everybody notices about him right off the rip. And you know his tenacity, his will to win. Like, I mean, you could be down like 21 points in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left, and Dak, like, you look at his eyes, you hear the tone of his voice, he still thinks that there's a chance to win, which it is. But that's what I like most about him. As far as like how he plays, he's another guy who's gotten better every year. Throws a beautiful ball. That's one of the things I noticed and I loved about him when I first started playing with him. Gotten better IQ wise at the position, as far as getting the ball out quicker, sooner, understanding the position. So he's been progressing every single year. So yeah.
Amari, as you mentioned, you've never been a free agent before. Is there something to be said about the notion of possibly hitting free agency when these receiver
Nothing to be
things
said.
skyrocket?
Nothing to be said because I'm trying to be where my feet are. I'm not even thinking about the future when there's so much at stake now.
Was it different playing for the Cowboys, America's team?
Say that again?
Was it different playing for the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, I played for 3 teams. Every team I played for has been different. Just the location, the environment, the field, the aura. So, yeah.
I mean, the Cowboys in themselves, in fact, it feels like they're kind of a bigger brand than anybody else. Did you get that when you were playing with them? Get that sense?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you do. You do kind of get that sense. It is different playing for the Cowboys. Um, just most of the games are prime time. You get the most media attention, things of that sort.
Amari, obviously going into when you get in the middle of the season, you have more like tape and things to go off of tendencies, things that you guys are looking at to exploit. Week one, you don't have that, and especially with a team like the Cowboys got a new defensive coordinator, all that. How much of a week one game is you guys able to kind of prepare some things and have some things sort of set, and how much of it is you're really just going in and feeling out what they're doing in game in real time?
Yeah, it's always a little bit of both. Try to take the information that you actually can gather and go from there. It don't really take a whole day to recognize the sunshine, as they would say. So, the information that you have in front of you, that's what you go off of. But, there's always going to be in-game adjustments as well. So a little bit of both.